dead and buried. Here we may discern how, in every detail, he obediently fulfilled our duty and paid the price of our redemption. Death held us bound under its yoke. He surrendered his power to rescue us from it, as the apostle implies when he says he tasted death for all men. By dying, he ensured that we would not die. In other words, by his death, he obtained life for us. He differed from us, however, in this respect. He chose death as if it should consume him, yet not to be devoured by it, but to devour it was his purpose, so that it should cease to have dominion over us. He chose to be overcome by death, not to be crushed and oppressed by it, but to destroy the rule it wielded over us. Finally, he died, that in dying he might destroy him who had lordship over death, that is, the devil, and might deliver those who all their lives were captive to the fear of death. That is the first fruit which his death brings us. The other fruit is that by its power Christ's death mortifies our earthly members, so that henceforth they cease their work, and slays the old man in us, so that he no longer prospers in himself. Christ's burial also serves the same end, which is that through our participation in it we are buried to sin. For the apostle teaches that we are engrafted into the likeness of Christ's death, that we are buried with him in death to sin, that by his cross the world is crucified to us and we to the world, and that we have died with him. So Paul not only exhorts us to imitate the example of his death, he also declares that his death produces change, which should be manifest among all Christians, if they would not render their Redeemer's death pointless and unfruitful. That is why the death and burial of Jesus Christ offer us a double grace, deliverance from death, and the mortification of our flesh.